Have you ever felt completely overwhelmed by life? As if no matter how hard you try, events keep spiraling in directions you cannot control, leaving you anxious, frustrated, or even helpless. Perhaps it's pressure at work, tension in personal relationships, sudden changes in your plans, or uncertainties about the future. These moments are universal. They touch everyone, regardless of age, background, or status. Even the most powerful men in history, like Marcus Aurelius, experienced this. As a Roman emperor, he had immense responsibilities, commanding armies, governing an empire, and making decisions that affected millions of lives. Yet, despite this extraordinary power, he often wrote about his own inner struggles, self-doubt, and the challenges of navigating human nature. In his personal writings, known as meditations, he explored the nature of life, suffering, and the mind, and discovered a fundamental truth that remains as relevant today as it was nearly 2,000 years ago. Most of our suffering arises not from external events themselves, but from attempting to control what is ultimately beyond our influence. This insight, known as the dichotomy of control, is the foundation of Stoic wisdom, and it can transform the way we approach our lives. Welcome to our channel. If you want to gain practical tools to manage your mind, develop inner strength, and face life's uncertainties with calm and clarity, make sure to subscribe, like this video, and share in the comments one situation that has been troubling you or that you've been trying to control. By engaging with us, you're already taking the first step toward applying Stoic principles in your own life. So, what exactly is the dichotomy of control? At its core, it is a simple yet revolutionary idea. There are things within our control, and there are things outside of it. What lies outside our control? Essentially, everything external, the actions of other people, the opinions of society, the outcomes of events, natural disasters, or even our past. These are variables we cannot change, and the more we obsess over them, the more we drain our energy, peace, and mental clarity. Conversely, what is within our control is far more profound. Our own thoughts, our judgments, our choices, and the way we respond to every situation we encounter. Marcus Aurelius repeatedly emphasized that true freedom and resilience come from focusing solely on these internal aspects. By redirecting our energy from futile attempts to manipulate the uncontrollable to mastering our internal world, we begin to experience a sense of calm, confidence, and clarity that cannot be shaken by external circumstances. Consider the modern world, social media, career pressures, political instability, global crises. These are forces we cannot fully influence. Yet, they have an enormous impact on our mental and emotional states if we allow them to. By practicing the dichotomy of control, we can learn to separate ourselves from these external pressures, understanding that while we cannot dictate how the world behaves, we can dictate how we respond. Even something as simple as receiving criticism at work or experiencing a personal disappointment becomes an opportunity for growth when viewed through this lens. Instead of reacting with anger, frustration, or despair, we can respond with reflection, patience, and composure. In essence, we take back the power we often mistakenly give away to external circumstances. Marcus Aurelius also connected this principle to the idea of impermanence. He reminded himself that life is short, fleeting, and unpredictable, and that clinging to things outside our control only leads to suffering. By accepting this reality, we align ourselves with nature and the flow of life, reducing resistance and cultivating a mindset of resilience. This is not passive resignation. It is an active choice to invest our energy where it matters most, our own minds and actions. Imagine the freedom of knowing that no matter what happens outside, your peace of mind, your character, and your judgment remain firmly in your hands. This is the essence of Stoic empowerment, and it is exactly what Marcus Aurelius practiced throughout his life. So, as we begin this journey together, I want you to pause for a moment and think of one area in your life where you've been struggling, something that has caused stress, anxiety, or frustration. Hold it in your mind. That very situation may feel overwhelming now, but by the end of this video, you will see it differently. You will begin to understand which parts of it are truly within your control and which are not. You will start to release the energy wasted on trying to control the uncontrollable and focus instead on cultivating your own responses, your attitudes, and your mindset. By doing this, you will unlock a level of inner peace, resilience, and clarity that few in the world ever experience. Marcus Aurelius's wisdom is not merely philosophical, it is practical, actionable, and profoundly relevant in the modern world. The dichotomy of control is a key that can help you navigate life's uncertainties with confidence, composure, and courage. And today, we will explore it together, step by step, using examples from both history and modern life, so that you can apply this transformative principle to your own life starting now. Now that we've set the stage, let's explore the heart of Marcus Aurelius's wisdom. The distinction between what is within our control and what isn't. This understanding is the cornerstone of the dichotomy of control, and it's what separates those who live with peace and resilience from those who constantly struggle against life's inevitable chaos. To put it simply, things outside our control include the actions, opinions, and decisions of others, unexpected events, the outcomes of our efforts, and even the passage of time itself. For instance, you cannot make someone respect you, you cannot prevent a sudden illness, and you cannot undo a mistake from the past. All these things exist in the external world, and attempting to control them is like trying to catch water in your hands. It slips away no matter how tightly you grasp it. Marcus Aurelius realized that many people waste enormous amounts of energy obsessing over these uncontrollable elements, and in doing so, they surrender their power and peace to circumstances beyond their reach. Recognizing this is the first step toward mental freedom. Once we accept that we cannot control everything, we release ourselves from the endless cycle of worry, frustration, and disappointment that plagues most of humanity. On the other hand, what is within our control is incredibly empowering, yet often overlooked. Marcus Aurelius taught that our judgments, our choices, and our responses are entirely ours to command. We have the ability to decide how we perceive events, how we interpret the actions of others, and how we act in every situation. For example, imagine someone criticizes you at work. You cannot control their words or their opinion of you. That is external. But you can control your response. You can choose to feel hurt and react angrily, or you can choose to analyze the criticism objectively, learn from it if there is truth, and respond calmly and constructively. This is the core of Stoic empowerment. By focusing only on what we can control, we reclaim our energy, maintain our composure, and act with wisdom. Modern psychology confirms this principle as well, showing that people who focus on internal locus of control, meaning they emphasize personal responsibility over external blame, experience higher resilience, less stress, and greater life satisfaction. To make this practical, let's consider some everyday situations. Traffic jams, workplace conflicts, financial uncertainties, family arguments, and global events are all outside our direct control. Yet, our reactions, remaining patient, managing our emotions, planning our next steps wisely, are fully within our control. Marcus Aurelius advised journaling and self-reflection as tools to train this mindset. Every morning, you can remind yourself, today, I cannot control the world, but I can control my thoughts, my actions, and my attitude. Even in moments of intense stress, repeating this affirmation helps shift focus from frustration to empowerment. Another exercise is mental rehearsals. Visualize a scenario you fear or anticipate, and imagine yourself responding with calm, reason, and resilience. Over time, this trains your mind to respond skillfully rather than react impulsively. Marcus Aurelius taught that the dichotomy of control isn't just about avoiding negative emotions. It's about cultivating positive ones like patience, courage, empathy, and wisdom. You can't control others' actions or opinions, but you can control your response, your calmness, and your integrity. Setbacks, arguments, or unexpected challenges become opportunities for growth when you focus on what is within your control, your actions, mindset, and decisions. By accepting this distinction, you align your efforts with reality, reduce unnecessary stress, and build lasting mental strength. Remember, the world will always have unpredictability, but your responses and choices remain entirely yours. This is your true power.